Hello, everybody. It's Douglas Truth. And what we got going here today is something called the painter inside. We've got the cabin warming up. There's a fire crackling in the background. It's a warm day outside, but the cabin is freezing. But anyway, so we're going to be talking about watercolors, just specifically. This applies to any kind of painting, whether it's with a piano or a saxophone or your dreams or whatever. But the painter inside that we're going to be working with is going to be working with watercolor paints. This is a, not nasty, pretty nice set actually, but we've also got the really nice paints in a tube and stuff, whatever you want to use basically. And we've got the mixing trays and we've got brushes of all kinds. But we're not going to go there yet. We're not going to go there yet. So this first chapter, level, module of the painter inside, we're going to talk about what is or who is the painter inside. It's obviously something or someone that's not readily available. I think that should be clear. If you tried painting, you may know what I'm talking about, or any other art form. You may know what I'm talking about. It's just, it's not that easy. So the painter inside is that part of us that does that kind of work when it's really good. And that kind of work might be producing a painting, but not necessarily so. It might be appreciating a flower or the scent of a flower or dinner on the way or bread coming out of the oven. Appreciating those things, seeing, because that's part of art, is seeing things. You can't paint something unless you see it. You can't compose something unless you hear it. So appreciating things, seeing things, hearing things, being there is part of the whole painter inside process. So I think I will illustrate the stubborn consistency of this principle with the story about when, I hope there's no paint in this. I think there might be. Years and years ago, when I lived in Nevada City, I lived on Nevada Street in Nevada City, in Nevada County, in the state of California, if that makes any sense. And on my walk into town every day to get a cup of coffee, I walked by this beautiful tree, and I don't know anything about tree, but it has huge leaves and long string beanie kind of things. And it was a beautiful image. There's some great Victorian houses along the side and a brick wall, and I painted a painting, and a big secret here. If I spent 2 hours on the painting, I'd be surprised. It was a 36 by 48 inch painting, pretty big. And it just came out so great. I could have sold that painting dozens and dozens of times in the intervening period. I did sell it once, and I've sold many, many prints of it. Now, because of this, it's like I'm saying, and other people are saying, we'll paint more like that. And indeed, I tried. And this is where the difference between the painter inside and the painter here, who's thinking about it and thinking he's a painter, and wants to do a painting that has a certain quality, like marketability. Those two things are different. So the painter inside did that beautiful painting. She was allowed to work for some blessed reason. She got a couple of hours just to work on that painting without approval and judgment, expectation, all those things. And then when somebody else, me, the one who's talking now, tried to copy that painting, it was just utter humiliation. It was devastation. The more I tried, the worse it got. So maybe you should think, well, in spontaneity, that's the key. Well, let us try together. Let us try very hard to be spontaneous. Okay, you ready to start now? See, it's not that easy to reach the painter inside. I will tell you this, that she is not something that can be coaxed or threatened, issued orders or pleas. She doesn't respond to economic need. She doesn't respond to your ego's needs. So what we'll do instead of hunting or coaxing is we'll do what the hunters did, but we'll try to avoid that the implications that we're trying to, but we'll do what the hunters used to do. in the olden days. They'd build a blind, something of twigs and camouflage, leaves, twigs, to camouflage us in the woods, out there in the wild. And there we will sit. We will sit. We'll do various things. We got modules to do, right? But conceptually, we're just going to be there, making this space available for our dear friend, the painter inside, to venture into, because she's shy. She's careful. Easily spooked. She'll run away. So we have to create that space for her to enter. And then possibly allow a brief visit. I mean, if you get a long visit, that's wonderful. But if we get a short visit, just a brush stroke or two, or just something that we feel, it's all worth the effort. So that is a short answer to the question, what or who is the painter inside? And it gives a clue as to what we will be doing in this course, of course. So some of the, I'm just going to read off some of the chapters, the future modules. I think it's one of my favorite names because it's the most technical, right? Color theory. Color theory is actually, we're going to color, it's going to be a regular, 10 to 15 minute course, but color theory is the name, and I don't want to spoil anything. We're going to spend about 30 seconds at most on color theory, and then we'll do some other things. Second module, WORDMASTER, LINEMASTER, COLORMASTER. Now all of these ye shall invoke and command to do your pleasure. Number 3, paint like Toshiro Mifune. There's a mystery there, but I'm not going to give you any clues whatsoever. Just think about it. Painting like Toshiro Mifune. Number 4, your arm has something that it would like to say. Okay? Number 5, Flatland. Time is a circle in Flatland. Now, people might think they know. They have some glimpse of what a module on finding the painter inside, concentrating on Flatland, might amount to, but I guarantee you don't. It's going to be something that you can't even imagine. After that, I lost count. First, there was a brush. Eventually, there will be no brush, but we'll take a long time getting there, perhaps, maybe 10 minutes or so. I was getting creative here at the end. Expressionism. Does it really belong in the dustbin of history? We'll explore this notion together, you and I. In the end, it all disappears, and we are not but the eyes of God. All right, that so far is the course matter of the painter inside. And we got the cabin warmed up. We got the materials here. I am growing. You'll see that I'm growing a beard, I guess. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you that's for bears, because if you have a big, full, especially white beard, the bears just go, they keep their distance. They just know who they're dealing with, right? If they see somebody with a big, bushy white beard and kind of wild hair, they just go, there's easier pickings. There's raspberries and salmon. Salmon is, just a few feet from here. There's like tons of salmon. I'm not kidding, tons. But because of the beard, even the slight growth seems to be super effective at keeping the bears away. So we're just going to keep growing it, I think. Unless, like Dorothy sometimes says, what? Really? Come on. Anyway, Nevada Street. This is not the Nevada Street painting. It's a copy I tried to make. It's pathetic. Just, let my lesson be a lesson for you. Hopefully you don't have to endure the pain, the psychic pain that I had to endure trying to copy my own work. And realizing that I could not. Remember, everybody, in these turbulent times, it's ever, ever, ever so much more important to remember kindness. A dollop of kindness is always welcome for yourself and for everybody else. Even the moths and the spiders and the wood, the rocks, even inanimate things will, in my experience, react to kindness and your attention. Give it a try. Some exciting things coming up about dissipative systems and bifurcation points, which I think is crucial, absolutely crucial, with regard to what's happening in the world today. All right, take care, everybody. Much love.